Was the first time you've heard of a wolf expressing kindness to the animal it hunts? This uplifting story will cause you to reevaluate everything you have ever thought. I assumed you were knowledgeable about animals. Please click the subscribe button right now and make sure that alerts are turned on if you find this tale to be emotionally moving. This will ensure that you do not miss any of our weekly inspirational animal stories. Please share what is most moving to you in the comment section below. Inform us of the location where you are watching. This great voyage is about to begin, so let's get started. The Red Rock Basin in Nevada is home to a challenging and harsh environment. An unprecedented occurrence took place, which would call into question all that scientists believe they thought they understood about the natural world. On a chilly morning in the spring, after a big rainstorm had passed over the region, everything started coming together. While the landscape was bathed in the golden light of dawn, a sorrowful scene was hidden beneath the surface of the terrain. A frightened Mustang Foal, no more than 3 weeks old, was lying in a rocky valley underneath the surface of the earth. During the storm, the unfortunate beast had become separated from his herd. His legs were spindly, and his chestnut coat was characterized by a bright white blaze, which made him appear even more vulnerable, alone, and abandoned. He suffered some serious injuries. After he had slid down the steep rocks, his leg was shattered beyond repair. His prospects of survival were extremely low because he did not have access to his mother's milk or protection. The dehydration that was setting in caused each breath to be shallow, and every attempt to stand up resulted in his collapsing once more to the ground. A single female wolf by the name of Luna was seen roaming the basin from a great distance. Her sleek, silver-gray coat sparkled in the sunlight as it was exposed to the sun. Moonlight was the nickname given to her by wildlife biologists who followed her activities and tracked her movements. Luna, in contrast to the majority of wolves, favored solitude and established a territory that overlapped with numerous herds of wild horses for her area. One day, Dr. Emily Carter, a devoted scientist who had been studying Luna for several months, observed the wolf moving with an uncommon purpose and watched with a sense of curiosity. It was impossible for her to have recognized at the time how significant this moment would turn out to be. Something drew Luna's attention as she approached the ravine from a distant vantage point. The breeze carried with it the odor of blood, as well as the faint whinny of distress. Her ears jerked forward, a mixture of curiosity and instinct blending in her ears. When she looked down into the ravine, she saw the defenseless foal lying there, bleeding and appearing to be in a poor state. Both the predator and the victim appeared to look at one another for an extended period of time, their gazes connecting centuries of evolutionary animosity. On the other hand, Luna did something that was truly remarkable instead of assaulting. Carefully, she made her way down the rough hill in the direction of the foal. Dr. Carter's spotting scope was adjusted, and she was having a hard time believing what she was seeing. What exactly is she doing? She mumbled to herself, capturing photographs of behavior that she had never seen before, not once in the 15 years that she had been conducting research until now. As she slowly walked around the foal, Luna cautiously sniffed the air around her. She approached with deliberate gentleness, lowering her head and slightly flattening her ears, rather than pouncing on the target. Then came the act that could not be satisfactorily explained. A remarkable amount of tenderness was displayed by Luna as she began to lick the wound of the foal, therefore eliminating dirt and dry blood. The foal tightened his grip on the contact at first, but over time, he became more calm. During the course of nearly 20 minutes, Luna worked painstakingly to clean the injury, as if she were taking care of one of her own puppies. It is common knowledge that wolves lick wounds due to the fact that their saliva contains antiseptic characteristics. Nevertheless, this behavior has never been documented in relation to prey, particularly not a huge animal such as a horse. When night fell, the temperature dropped to a level that was quite perilous. The little horse trembled wildly, his frail body becoming more and more feeble with each passing minute. Subsequently, Luna performed an even more astounding action. Because she wanted to feel warm alongside him, she cuddled up next to him and pressed her thick fur against his thin coat. The night vision technology that Dr. Carter utilized allowed him to take photographs of the strange picture throughout the night. Luna maintained vigilance, occasionally rising to scout the area before returning to comfort the foal so that she could continue her duties. After leaving for over half an hour, she eventually came back with her muzzle wet. This occurred at one occasion. In the vicinity, she discovered water. In spite of the fact that Dr. Carter had eventually returned to check on them in the morning, the two individuals continued to be together, representing a strange friendship that defied the natural order. Luna continued to provide care for Foal throughout the course of the subsequent several days, directing him to a safe location, shielding him from the threat of coyotes, and directing him to sources of water and food. Eventually, the young colt was able to restore its strength, standing on 3 legs while avoiding putting weight on the afflicted leg while standing on the other 3 legs. In due time, the mother of the foal was brought back into the picture by the hand of fate. As she sought for her missing children, a chestnut mare appeared on the horizon where she was standing. She appeared extremely worried. At the moment when she approached, Luna moved to the side and gently pushed the foal in the direction of his mother. In her actions, she did not exhibit any aggressive behavior. Rather, she just acknowledged that her role had shifted. In spite of the presence of the wolf, the mother and foal were able to have a pleasant exchange of emotions with one another. Both Dr. Carter and her colleague, Dr. James Reed, who was suspicious, were taken aback by the mare's gesture, which consisted of a small lowering of her head, but it was not an act of submission. Luna, however, retired to a distance and watched in silence as the family came back together. This was an acknowledgement, as if she understood what she had done the previous moment. Then, without any ceremony, she turned around and vanished over the ridge, giving the foal that she had rescued one final look before leaving. The subsequent months brought about the discovery of something that was similarly extraordinary by the researchers. Even though he had recovered and was doing well under his mother's care, the young stallion, which eventually became known as Blaze owing to the prominent white markings on his body, still appeared to recognize Luna whenever they came into contact with one another. There were occasions taken by cameras in which Blaze grazed contentedly near the edge of the woodland while Lunas nestled nearby, maintaining a companionable distance that told volumes about the bond that they had. This one encounter was the spark that ignited a revolution in the field of animal studies. The phenomenon that started out as a singular occurrence eventually developed into an altogether new area of research known as interspecies altruism. Researchers from all across the world started documenting similar occurrences, such as elephants defending antelopes and leopards caring for baboons. These incidents challenged traditional beliefs about the empathy and intellect of animals. The public's backing, which was spurred by stories like Luna's, fueled the shift in conservation policy that reflected this better knowledge of the emotional lives of animals. When Dr. Carter arrived 5 years later, he was standing on a ridge that overlooked the valley, where Blaze had already established his own band of Mustangs. Luna, who was now 13 years old, had recently been rehabilitated following a territorial fight with younger wolves where she had been involved. While the team was releasing her back into the wild, Carter reflected on the lasting impact that this incredible wolf had had on the world. The surprising compassion that she displayed had reshaped humanity's perception of the ties between nature and humans, demonstrating that animals are capable of making decisions that are motivated by empathy rather than simple instinct. Upon detecting the presence of Luna, Blaze paused mid-graze and then releases his grip, allowing Winnie to reverberate the sound over the valley. Did it include recognition? Carter argued that it did not matter that science might never be able to fully explain something. In the end, what was important was the lesson that Luna imparted to everyone, which was that compassion is not limited by any particular species, culture, or religious system. A lesson on conduct. When it comes to kindness, there are no boundaries, not even those that are imposed by biology or custom. We are able to produce ripples of change that affect lives that are far beyond our comprehension when we choose compassion over conflict and connection over divide. Let the story of Luna serve as a reminder to us that every act of kindness is important, regardless of how insignificant or improbable it may appear to be. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment telling us which section of this story moved you the most if you find this story to be really interesting. Additionally, do not be reluctant to watch this film with your friends. They might be motivated by it as well. I am grateful to you.